Hey, what is going on? In this video, we are going to make a duffel bag. This project is super easy. If you want to build it for yourself, I'll leave a link to the sewing pattern in the description below. If you've not subscribed yet, consider subscribing to my tiny channel. If you get any value out the video, please hit the like button. So let's get started. So this video is a re-upload of a video that I did a few months ago. The other video has a lot more detail. This one is more refined and just straight to the point. I will leave a link to that other video in the description below. So I'm going to be making this bag out of Cordura nylon. This is 1000 denier Cordura nylon in navy blue. So I'm just using my ruler here and just a chalk pencil just to get all my lines. So I've already cut this piece of fabric into the main body shape of the bag. What I'm doing here is I'm putting lines representing where this duffel bag is going to be folded all the way around. I've also put a center line here. This is going to be helpful to line up my bag handle straps once they're cut. I'll easily be able to sew them to the bag and line them up properly with this center line. And these little marks that I'm putting on the fabric here, these are going to be to line up the bag handle strap up to the center line. I'm just going to draw them in completely just to make it a bit more easy to see on the video. So this is about bare minimum of the amount of markings you should have on your piece of fabric. I'm only going to put the pocket on one side on this bag, but it would look pretty cool if you could put the pocket on both sides as well. These little notches here are just going to be my relief cuts for when I stitch the end pieces on. This bag is going to have a 1/2 inch seam allowance, so these relief cuts are just a 1/2 inch. So I'm just going to use my cutting board here to cut the pieces of fabric from my side pockets. Once I got my measurements, I'm just going to use my pizza cutter just to cut it into shape, and it'll be nice and clean. Just a little design feature I'm using for my side pocket is the top and bottom of the pocket are going to be just 1 inch nylon webbing that's going to tuck behind the main strap. So I'll have my piece of fabric and then 1 inch webbing, and that is going to go up about a 1/2 inch up my pocket, and then I'll stitch it on. So that's going to be the top piece, and in between the top piece and the fabric itself is going to be my 1.5 inch zipper. This is just YKK Vislon zipper. I'm just going to cut it with scissors and just melt the edges with a lighter. So this is the bottom of the pocket. I'm just going to make marks about a 1/2 inch up the piece of fabric all the way along, and I'm going to use this as a reference to stitch half of that piece of nylon 1 inch webbing to it. So you'll have 1/2 inch over the fabric and then 1/2 inch hanging off, and that's what I'm going to stitch to the main body shape of the bag. I'm going to do the same with the top zipper, but instead of a 1/2 inch, I'm just going to mark it at a 1/4 inch because you don't have as much space to play with on the zipper. Okay, so we'll start with stitching the 1 inch piece of nylon webbing to the bottom of the pocket. So this is a 1/2 inch on the pocket, 1/2 inch off the pocket. Next, we'll stitch it to the 1.5 inch piece of zipper, and we're only going to stitch it up a 1/4 inch because, as I said, there's not as much space to play with on the zipper itself. So next, we'll stitch the zipper itself to the pocket. This is just a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Once that's stitched together, we'll fold it over and just do a top stitch over top to make everything look nice. So where this fabric's kind of rigid, I'd like to kind of iron it out with my fingers quite a bit to bend the fabric, just so it makes it easier to stitch. The thread that we're using for this is number 69 bonded nylon thread. Whenever I'm doing an exposed top stitch like this, I usually like to use about a 3 to 4 millimeter thread length. So don't forget to put your zipper pull in there, and if all my measurements are correct, this should come to 9 inches on the dot. Yep, look at that, perfect. Okay, so time to stitch the main zipper to the main body shape here. We're pretty much just sticking it on top, 1/4 inch seam allowance, I'm going to do both sides first, and then I'm going to actually fold it inside out and then do the top stitch over top. You'll see what I mean here. So we're going to open the zipper and then fold it over and then just do a top stitch over top to reinforce everything. Whenever you're doing like a really long exposed stitch like this, make sure you got enough bobbin thread, because if you run out of bobbin thread, you're gonna have to redo it or like pick up where you left off. And I'm kind of perfectionist. When I've got work I know it's going to be seen, I kind of want to make it perfect, so I don't really want to have to stop and start stitching. I just want one continuous stitch. So this is just a quick demonstration of how the side pocket on the bag is going to go. So the pocket's going to be stitched to the bag, and then the main strap that you carry the bag, like the bag handles, is actually going to sandwich the pocket in between it, just to seal everything in, and it's going to be seamless. The way that we're going to stitch the main pocket on the side of the bag is just 2 stitches, just one on top of the pocket, one at the bottom of the pocket, and then as for the 2 sides, the main carry handle strap is going to seal that in. So the blueprints that I created only account for 1 side pocket, but honestly if I was going to build this again, I'd put a pocket on each side. So here I'm actually just measuring and marking the main carry handle strap. This is the strap that's going to go all the way around the bag, and you'll be able to pick up the bag from this strap. As for the middle, there's a 5-inch section in the middle, and I'm just going to stitch a square into it just to make it a bit more rigid and make it look like that's actually where you carry it from. Okay, so this bit's important. Okay, so this dot on that piece of nylon webbing is 1/2 inch up, and that corresponding line next to the dot is actually the halfway mark for the whole bag. It's important that that piece of nylon webbing drops 1/2 inch lower than that line, because when you put the strap, like the carry handle strap on the other side, that also is going to go 1/2 inch past, and that is going to give you enough extra webbing to be able to fold it underneath itself and seal it in with a stitch. And these other marker dots here are just kind of self-explanatory. You just line it up with the top of the pocket. So I'm just using a 1/4 inch sewing foot, and I'm just going to line that up to the side of the piece of webbing, and that's going to give me my space or my seam allowance for this stitch here. So I'll stitch all the way up to the top of the pocket and then switch it and then just go around. So it's just like kind of like a big square stitch. Just be careful not to break your needle when you go over your zipper. And this stitch here, honestly, you can reinforce it as much as you want. The more stitches you got in, the stronger it'll be. This is the other side here. So I'm just doing the same with the other side. But usually near the top of the handle, it would be a good idea to go back and forward a couple of times and put a couple extra stitches in right here. And that way, it'll take a bit more wear and tear. But obviously this bag's not, it's only gonna be used for the gym, so it's not the end of the world for this one. But if you wanted it for a bit more heavy duty purpose, I'd put a few more stitches in top there. So that's what it should look like, and that's 1/2 of the bag. So I don't think I need to show you me stitching the same thing on the other side, but what I will show you is how we're gonna fold in that excess nylon webbing here. So on the right there, that's my center line, and I'm gonna fold it up to that center line and then just go over with a stitch. So that's the center line right there. And then that will make the webbing look kind of seamless and make it look nice and finished. So here we're gonna start cutting the end pieces. So I'm just gonna use my right angle here and chalk pencil, and then just draw the 2 squares out and then cut them out and get cracking on the strap that is gonna go on the side piece. I really think buying this pizza cutter here was probably one of the best things I ever did with sewing. Like, you just get such a nice, clean, straight line. Like, the blade on this one's getting kind of dull because I'm always using it for heavy duty material, but you get my point. It's really helpful. So these are the 2 pieces of nylon webbing there. I've already marked them. And as I said, I'm going to fold the center here and just stitch a square into it like I did on the carry handle straps. And it makes it look a bit nicer. So pretty much just fold it in half, cut your little square into it on your marker lines, If you wanted to be fancy, you could actually stick a piece of foam in that square, and that'll give you some padding, but it's way too much effort for what I'm actually trying to do here. So just line that up with the center of the side pocket. I'm just gonna sew a nice big X into it, just reinforce it, because I probably will be pulling on these quite a bit. So I'm gonna do the same thing for each end piece, and I think she'll look pretty good. So this is what I'm using to attach the main sling of the bag that's going to go over your shoulder. This is kind of your preference on how you want to do this. So I'm just doing it a really easy way. I'm just taking a 2-inch loop, and I'm just going to stitch it to the end piece. But there's plenty of other ways of doing this, and you've probably got a way to do it better than this. So as I said, like I am going to put these pieces in the blueprint, but in all honesty, you're probably just going to do that bit yourself, however you want it done, because as I said, there's better ways of doing it than that. But it didn't really matter too much for this bag, because I probably won't even use the sling. So I'm going to turn the bag inside out. The main zipper is going to get 2 zipper pulls, and I need it all sealed shut and ready to go for when I put my M pieces in. So the M pieces are going to go in inside out, and yeah, I'll go all the way around with my bulldog clips, get it all lined up. All those relief cuts should be perfect to this square for this end piece. And if it's not, you have an issue, you should go relook at the measurements again, but I'm sure you'll be fine. So this whole bag is going to be a 1/2-inch seam allowance, so it's going to be the same here for the end piece. Just going to stitch a square into it. If you want your bag more reinforced, I'd go around with a couple more stitches. And honestly, this is one of my least favorite things to do when sewing, is stitching these end pieces on things. So I'm not going to bore you too much with showing you me stitching both end pieces on, so we'll just do the one, and then we'll get this thing turned inside out here. The moment of truth. For the main sling of this bag, it's just going to be a 6-foot long piece of 2-inch nylon. Nothing special. As I said, this is strictly your preference. As I said, there's better ways of doing a sling than what I'm doing, but it's not the end of the world. So as for the adjustment on the sling, I'm just using a couple of tri-glide buckles. So I'll feed it through my 2-inch loop there, thread it underneath the little section there of the tri-glide buckle, and that should just keep everything together. Nothing too crazy. So that is my little condensed version of my duffel bag video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching it. Stick around to the end here. I'm actually just going to show you a couple of pictures of what the finished bag looks like. And if you're not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing to my little tiny channel. Hit the like button, and if you got any recommendations for future videos, please leave me a comment down below. Thank you, take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.